cricket, they say the best players have the most time to play their shots. Want a lot of time. And then the timing is perfect. When you look at this film, you realize that every one of these actors, bade manje hue hain. There's so much time to execute. They give you time to absorb it. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about the Mehta boys. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. The great Boman Irani, sir, I've known him for so long. Looks the same. People talk about reverse aging. Rubbish. He's never aged forward only. He's as brilliant as ever in everything that he does. But here, he decided to put everybody out of work. Just do everything himself. So welcome to the show. Shreya, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Pooja.
Salil here, Avinash, who has an army and a legion of followers and fans. And, I think the appreciation, although it's taken time with him, but now that it's being built up, it's fantastic, brother. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, sir.
And Pooja, thanks so much. We're meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
And I have the greatest respect for all the work that you're doing. I was telling sir that there was a time when teachers, so you're a teacher, okay? When they say theatre, when they teach acting, teachers didn't have their space. I had a lot of my friends who were in, drama and theatre. I come from Delhi, Scene Stealers, Vivek Mansukhani, all the group. They just never got a space, in mainstream. And once they started to come in, you saw the difference कि भाई इनमें क्या है और बाकी सब में क्या है. So thank you so much for joining us. And it really is one of those films, sir, which has a lot of time and मैंने बहुत enjoy किया है. I mean, I'm a father myself and son, of course, and I felt very frustrated at so many instances because I see that chemistry was fantastic. So well played, sir. Really, really has come out very well. So congratulations to all of you all, both of you all. But we'll start with you only. You've decided to put everybody out of work. There's a lot to put on your plate. And look at you, you're still chilling. Because I say director, producer, actor, सब कुछ. Friend. Writer तो वो तो बहुत सालों से चलता आ रहा है. So I'm very, very impressed, sir. This is fantastic.
I'm glad you like the film.
Yeah.
It's very important that everyone relates to it. It's very important that everyone sees themselves. One of the themes of the film is male ego, masculinity. One of the other main themes in this film is stupidity. And I think a lot of the moves that both these characters, both of them are not blameless and both of them are not to be blamed. Nobody can take sides. However, there is stupidity of the moves you make. They say that a protagonist is the architect of his own misery. And here's this architect being the architect of his own misery. He's not getting off his butt. He's blaming his father for his lack of confidence. We don't say it, but it's obviously evident from the scene they have, the opening scene. So, but you're being stupid. What are you waiting for? And I think that that's what this film is about. Missed opportunities, your own stupidity, your masculinity, or your lack of it.
I think a hesitation that you have as a character, this also is incredible. I mean, a lot of people, when they first start acting, they want to, because we all grew up trying to watch or emulate Mr. Bachchan or whatever, where you were very much into the scene. बचपन में ये बताया जाता था आपको scene खा जाना चाहिए. You should come and win the scene. That's not the case now with performances, I think. I think especially with OTT coming in, I think people have a lot more time to sort of savor the performances. Do you see the space and, the time given to you as an actor also to take your time and slowly? There's so many sequences when you're in your boardroom. I love the way the camera is just playing on you. You could have spoken maybe 2 minutes earlier also, but maybe you don't. And I think that I'm really loving that way. And that maybe has allowed you to perform a lot more than you can also. Are you enjoying that space?
I think this thing that you're talking about majorly comes from the narrative and how the director thinks about the film. This film particularly, because it's about it's human relations.
Yeah.
And unless until you allow them to simmer and so that you get a sense of what's really happening, it wouldn't probably reach out, which is why I think you feel that. Honestly, when I was doing it, there was no such thought.
True.
I never thought that, I have extra time to express something out. It's because you're being in the moment, and the moment can last. And I think that is the beauty of direction that Sir has shown in the film, that he's able to create those moments where you thought there was nothing there. You suddenly find there's so much more coming through. When you read it, it wasn't there. And that is only possible because he's allowed that space
Correct.
that you're talking
Yes.
about. But I think that comes from the director more than the actor. And I would like to believe that he would want to acknowledge the director too for the same thing because
अच्छा डायरेक्शन किया
है एक 11 साल का बच्चा है सर उसने डायरेक्ट की है फिल्म. That's how I see it. And so it's been a very lovely experience of doing this because it's allowed us to really be there in the moment. We're not pushing for something. There's no certain idea, agenda that we want to reach out to. Also, I've never been someone who's been necessarily inspired from films as an actor.
Yeah.
I've always looked at life in that probably that's my inspiration. I've also understood that films as such is not an individual's job.
Yeah.
तो सीन खाना मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कभी भी. I've heard that through my theatre days to even now. I've been doing this for some 18-20 years now. But scene बनाना ज़रूर आता है. So that's what I think my job is, and that's how I've always looked at it.
These two words or these lines that you've said are wonderful. I'm going to ask you that. Scene banana, scene khana, presence dikhana. I mean, you've seen it so much. I mean, I read where you say that, theatre is your first love. There, you've got to be part of the ensemble, but also you have your moment with the public. You're standing out there, and the audience does want to see that. I mean, we love grandstanding. I mean, I think all over the world also, एक अच्छा अगर speech दे दिया, ending, closing speech अच्छा आ गया, people are giving the claps and then you walk out. Do you think that's changing in the mindset, especially in what kind of performances the audiences are liking?
I don't come from that tradition of theatre where it's like da 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 la 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 la. I don't, I come from like my theatre company does something called devised work where we're creating our own stories, etc. Anyway, but I think, यार performance audience तक पहुँच जाए, चाहे वो theatre हो, चाहे वो camera work हो, दिल को छू ले, वही चाहिए यार. I mean, we will not get to hear talis जब कोई घर पे ये film देख रहा है. So I don't think it's about that. I think it's really about just having a great time, making something beautiful, which we can share with the audience, which they can relate to, which they can look at their own lives and be like, oh shit, that makes sense, man. Oh, that reminds me of this. Or this moment is like that. I think that is what it's all about, for me at least, yeah.
That change has happened, I think, पिछले 3-4 साल में, 5 साल में. I think audiences have. I mean, I'll tell you right now. So 2018, we'd done an interview with Leela Majnu. I remember the amount of trolling I get now.
Really?
Because I seem to have ignored you a little bit there because I had Imtiaz sir sitting with me. You have to see comments now. And I was telling sir this as well. They've ripped me apart. How could you? I said, beta, 8 saal pehle alag baat thi yaar. But that time they were sitting the first time. And that's how the audiences have changed. Now they have a spine, they understand things. I mean, that film has probably got more views because of how Tripti and you are now.
Yeah.
So I think that has also changed. They've gone back and seen that हमें शायद वो पहले पसंद नहीं था, अब वो पसंद आने लग गया है. And they want to know as well. Now when you say that we connect because it's normal for you, a lot of the audiences want to know the behind the scenes now. BTS has become a very big part of cinema. So I think that also, which is very normal for you, they are seeing. I love the little bits. Even the twang of your accent was fantastic. Sometimes it was there with the way it should be. And the way you're giving an address out, that was also fantastic. So there's a lot of work that you probably do that.
Of course.
That
Of
it's
course.
normal.
But as actors, we don't want to show them that this is the calm we've done. The dream is it's effortless.
Yeah.
I think that's as performers, we're like, it has to be like makhan yaar.
Yeah.
They shouldn't see like, अरे बहुत मेहनत की है, बहुत अच्छा. It's not. It's like this is.
But public को पसंद भी आता है. I love this and I love every look of yours in the film. You walk into frame without saying too much, without doing too much. So much has happened with your eyes in the first 5 minutes of the film also. The first introduction scene when Boman sir meets you, he says something so it's very pretty, it's like that kind of thing. It's I say this why? Because sometimes when you look very good on screen also, you're fighting with a lot of people also saying, let's see the performance as well. Have you faced that as well over your career as well? To be taken seriously as a performer? Because of the way you look. Can it happen?
I mean, not that I've been made aware of it. I don't think it's felt like a obstacle, if that's your question.
Yeah, I should tell. Aishwarya Rai asked this question too. So I remember Brad Pitt has been asked this question
I mean,
many times.
she obviously makes a lot of sense.
No, there are lots of people out there that look great on screen, right? When we saw Hrithik Roshan this question also, he used to not know how to answer and he used to say, I haven't figured this out, we'll figure it out later. But I think a lot of people on OTT also seem to I mean, they take performances more seriously when the physical aspect or like how you're looking doesn't come into play. Do you think that is also thought that with audiences now? Have you managed to see that?
I have managed both worlds.
You are brilliant, sir. But you agree with that as a director? Do you think that it can be a handicap?
Well, Marlon Brando was so handsome.
But आप वहाँ मत जाओ ना अपनी.
Why? No, why?
Correct.
Why? Dilip Saab.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about him?
But men don't seem to face this stigma. I think women sometimes do face this stigma a little bit more.
Actually, I want to see the glass half full. I think
Yeah.
it's a visual medium.
Yeah.
So if someone's thinking you're looking nice on screen, then I want to use that to my best, ability and use it as a pro instead of a con. And the film in particular is about real people and real characters. So obviously the way you also, like the director takes a call about the way you're looking, etc. And in fact, Boman sir was very much there, seeing every outfit, every color, every hairstyle, everything to the T for all of us was decided by him. So I think it's project to project. So I don't really think that I think about any of these things in general ever.
How is he as a person on set? He's always jovial and all, but I know there's another side of Boman sir that has everything. I remember me standing on the side. I was doing voicing for a fashion show, and Boman sir was hosting, and he was always jovial at the back. And then he goes on stage and he just like lights up the entire stage. And he used to come out. He was very particular about various things as well.
Yes.
So he everything has to be right. The cue cards have to be right. Everything has to be right. Is he like that as a director as well also?
I feel on this set, I was like, if Boman sir was the teacher, I was the teacher's pet. I was
Really?
like, I've been given this opportunity to literally shadow him because I have tormented him and said, I am coming to set even when I'm not shooting. I'm coming for workshops, even for the scenes I'm not there in. Because I was getting this opportunity to spend time with him, and like you said, anybody who spent even 10 seconds with him falls in love with him. He is the most magnanimous human being I've ever met in my life. But as a director, he has so much clarity, which it was required. You didn't feel like, oh, suddenly he's a different person. It started off as a passion project for him, but it slowly turned into a passion project for every individual who's been a part of the film. And I hope that when people watch the film, they sense that passion and they can watch it with compassion, because that's how beautiful the story is. And I'm just very grateful that I got this opportunity to work with Sir.
There's beautifully nuanced between the two of you also. Like I said, it's very difficult. We were discussing every father and son. I actually don't know. When they say, no, we're friends with our children, I'm not being able to do that. I mean, I failed miserably so far. My children are only 8 and 5. So would you care to comment? Is it easy to become friends with your children?
Why? I mean, friends is a very loose word. You've got to be there for your children. You can't say we'll hang every day. What you're doing today, let's. वो तो होगा ही नहीं. He has to be with his friends. Right. And that equation and that sharing and the nonsense that he may speak with his friends can't be spoken with me. So what friend am I? I am friendly with my kids. Let's put it that way.
And that he's not in the film. And that's what I love so much about it. I have to tell you a little secret about what Boman sir told me years ago. Because he's producer now. So I asked him, have you ever got a check that is more than what was promised to you? And he said, yeah. Vidhu Vinod Chopra, Munna Bhai MBBS.
Wow.
So he said when he went to pick up the check, and sir, this is on record. He got a bigger check than what was promised to him.
Wow.
So now that you're a producer and that the film is going to get great, it's already receiving great accolades. You won everywhere, all the international festivals you won.
Laughing and giggling.
All the international festivals you won. So are you seeing bigger checks going, bonus checks when they come to take the last 30%? Are you going to give more?
You love this question, don't you?
I'll tell you this. Tell you this. We'll go for dinner. Right?
Yeah.
And they got good food.
Yeah.
And they got a big check actually of love.
And knowledge.
See, he didn't think I remember this. It's been a long time. But on the whole, it's just incredible, this film. It just took me inside completely. Like I said, I was trying to figure out, I said, you can't really find the perfect relations anymore. And when you were doing it, was it very easy? Was it flowing? Or was it because you sort of rehearsed it and done so much of it, so it then became that scene.
I think once we went on set, it was flowing.
Take her signal so she can move out of your eye line. Uska dekh lena ek baar. There she's there.
Yeah. I did this.
So on set, I think it was moving really smoothly. But the first 1.5 months that we were rehearsing, that was hard work. That was hard work.
Was this chemistry easy to build between the two of you? Because it really takes time in the film.
I think there was something that definitely clicked straight on. I don't know how to look at it. Now I look at it more creatively. There are two creative artists who just something happened and we jumped on. So there was this energy that I could absolutely experience sitting there with him. From there on, him being a director, writer, he's also a teacher, such a legend actor. I'm sitting with him. You always feel that there's something lacking. You can't match up to what he already has. And when I knew that I had to really step up, that's a tough job to be able to step up in front of him with all the time and energies that he's invested into this film. I always felt that I won't be able to get there. And he just pulled me. I think that pulling, pushing, at that point is quite uncomfortable. You don't like it. But the results are to be seen only in while you start shooting. It's only when we started shooting I realized, oh. And then the validation also started coming from him, which was also obviously helping the cause.
Did you step up as a director?
I don't
Was
know.
that easy for you to do? Tell me honestly.
Direction?
Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah? Because you wrote it, that's why also.
Yeah, and we prepped a lot.
Yeah.
So when you get onto the set, unless there's a crisis, and there hardly ever was, and I don't believe in boom on the set. Stay calm. Everything was smooth because it was all pre-planned with every department, be it production design, window will be here and not half-inch here. Camera, lighting design, camera movements we used to shoot on the iPhone in rehearsal. Shoot it on the iPhone, get it done. At this day, we are shooting on this day, on so-and-so day. Now we've got the technology. The sun at 4 in the evening on the 16th will be here.
Yeah.
We know it. Why not use the technology?
Yeah.
Correct.
So we're going to step out in the afternoon for the outdoor shot, for the light switching off shot at this time. Use it, prep it. Don't say, no. Come on, use what you have at your disposal. And then rehearsal. So there's one aspect. Rehearsals, production design, camera movement, and then of course the sound one comes later. But I thought that it's fun. If this is something that you always wanted to do, you might as well enjoy it rather than say, it's too frustrating.
Well, I see producers and directors getting overwhelmed with it. You seem like sher ko khoon lag gaya abhi bas.
I just enjoyed myself.
Nice.
I did one thing that was good. Casting the cast, casting the crew. Crew also. If you have a DOP, you saying, I got, you remember this is what I did on this speed and don't trouble. It's done. You got the sur of the film.
And I think it's fantastic. Congratulations. It really is wonderful. And don't go for that dinner. Make sure you go later on and you tell Sir. And I'll send you the link of the interview that he's actually said this. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. And the Mehta Boy is just, I don't know, it's just one of those beautiful slow burns, man. I love it. You watch films and you want to sort of see performances. Every single character has great performances. ठहराव है, जैसे लोग बोलते हैं हम ठहराव के लिए इंतजार कर रहे होते हैं, और जब आप देखोगे तो आपको लगेगा कि यार father son में थोड़ा मुझे तो feel हो गया. I'm already dreading my son becoming 14, 15 because I think this is going to become like how they were. Even though there are other incidents in between, which of course come true. Make sure you watch it. It's going to be out on Amazon and you're going to love it. Take care and bye-bye. This is Salil signing out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.